My girlfriend screamed, "God, you're suffocating me." When I asked why she changed her phone password, I whispered, "You're right, I'll give you space." The space I gave her was so permanent that she had to explain to her parents why she was moving back home at 28. I, 29 male, was sitting on the couch last Tuesday, watching some random documentary about deep-sea creatures. My girlfriend Natalie, 28, was next to me, glued to her phone like usual. We'd been together for 3 years, living together for the last 18 months in my condo. Something felt off lately. Little things. She'd angle her phone away when texting, leave the room to take calls. The usual red flags you read about but convince yourself mean nothing. "Hey babe, can you check if that Thai place is still open?" I asked, reaching for her phone since mine was charging in the bedroom. She practically launched herself across the couch, snatching it away. "I'll check." That's when I noticed. The lock screen didn't respond to my fingerprint anymore. "Did you change your password?" Casual tone. No accusation. What happened next still plays in my head like a bad movie. She exploded. Bass red, voice hitting octaves I'd never heard. "God, you're suffocating me. Why do you need access to my phone? Can't I have any privacy? You're so controlling." I just sat there, stunned. In 3 years, I'd never once gone through her phone. We just had each other's passwords for convenience, checking directions while the other drove, changing music, ordering food. Normal couple stuff. I asked a simple question, "Nat, this is exactly what I mean. Questions, questions, questions. I can't breathe in this relationship. You monitor everything I do." Monitor? I work 50-hour weeks in IT support. Half the time I forget to check my own phone. She stormed to the bedroom, slamming the door hard enough to rattle the pictures on the wall. I sat there, documentary still playing. Some fish at the bottom of the ocean surviving crushing pressure. Ironic. 20 minutes later, she emerged with a duffel bag. "I'm going to Jess's. I need space to think." "Okay," I said quietly. "You're right, I'll give you space." She paused at the door, maybe expecting me to beg. I didn't, just turned back to the documentary. The door clicked shut. Here's the thing. The condo is mine. Bought it 2 years before we met. She moved in, never paid rent, just split groceries and utilities. I furnished the place, handled maintenance, covered all major expenses. Not because she couldn't contribute, but because she was saving for her photography business. 3 years of saving, 0 equipment purchased. That night, I did some thinking. Really looked at our relationship without the rose-colored glasses. She'd been staying out late with work friends I'd never met. Her Instagram stories showed bars and clubs on nights she said she was at photography workshops. The password change was just the latest flag in a parade of red flags I'd been ignoring. Wednesday morning, I made some decisions. Update 1. Natalie hadn't come home. A few texts about needing time to process and how I needed to work on my control issues. I responded once, "Take all the time you need." Meanwhile, I got practical. First, I changed the locks. My condo, my right, cost me $300 for a good smart lock system. Named the new lock code Freedom. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. Second, I texted her, "Your belongings will be in boxes in the lobby storage room. Code is 2024. Please arrange pickup by Sunday." Her response was colorful. 17 messages in rapid succession. Here's a sampling. "WTF? You can't just kick me out. This is my home too. I have rights. You psycho control freak. I was just taking a break. We're not broken up. Answer me. This is illegal eviction." I sent one reply. "You wanted space. I'm respecting that. This is the space you requested." Then I muted her number and got to work. Packing her stuff was enlightening. Designer clothes with tags still on, interesting for someone who cried poverty whenever restaurant bills came. A jewelry box full of pieces I'd never seen her wear, and in her desk drawer, printed emails. From someone named Derek. "Can't wait to see you again, beautiful. Last night was incredible. When are you gonna leave him?" Dating back 2 months, I didn't read more, just added them to the box labeled desk stuff. Thursday, her mom called. "Patricia. Usually sweet lady, but not today. What did you do to my daughter? She's hysterical. You changed the locks. How could you be so cruel?" "Patricia, Natalie said I was suffocating her and needed space. I'm giving her exactly what she asked for." "That's not what she meant, and you know it. She just needed a few days to cool off." Did she tell you she changed her phone password and screamed at me for asking why, or about Derek? Silence. Who's Derek? Ask your daughter. I hung up. Friday morning, 7 a.m., bang 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 on my door. Open up. I know you're in there. I checked the doorbell camera. Natalie, looking rough. Hair unwashed, same clothes from Tuesday. I spoke through the intercom. Your things are in storage room B12. Code is 2024. Let me in, we need to talk. You wanted space, Natalie. I'm giving you space. This isn't what I meant. Stop being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being literal. You said you couldn't breathe in this relationship. Now you have all the air you need. I live here. No, you stayed here, rent-free, while seeing Derek. Dead silence. Then quieter. How did you? Storage room B12, code 224. Please don't come back. She tried everything. Tears, threats, even attempted to guilt me with 3 years. You're throwing away 3 years. I didn't respond again. Eventually she left. But this was just the beginning. Update 2. The entitlement escalation was actually impressive. Like watching a masterclass in audacity. Saturday she recruited her flying monkeys. Her best friend Jess showed up at my building. Couldn't get past the lobby since I'd removed Natalie from the approved visitors list, so she called me. You need to let me up. Nat forgot some important things. Everything was in the storage room. What did I miss? Her grandmother's ring. I almost laughed. Jess, I met Natalie's grandmother. She's alive and wearing all her rings. Try again. Fine. She needs her camera equipment for a job. What camera equipment? In 3 years, she never bought any. Click. Sunday was when things got interesting. I got a text from an unknown number. Hey, this is Derek. Man to man, what you're doing to Natalie is messed up. She just needed some time to figure things out. Be a decent guy and let her come home. The audacity. The guy sleeping with my girlfriend wants me to be decent? I didn't reply. Instead, I did something better. See, Natalie had used my laptop for her photography portfolio website. Still had the login saved. Legally questionable to access it? Maybe. Did I care? Nope. Her portfolio was sparse. 15 photos total, all taken with an iPhone. But the real gold was in the back end. She'd been messaging clients through the site's contact form, except the clients were all Derek. Baby, he's working late again tonight. Come over. Can't wait to move in with you once I get my stuff. He's so boring. You make me feel alive. 3 months of messages. The photography workshops? Code for Derek's apartment. I took screenshots of everything. Not for revenge. For evidence. Because I knew what was coming. Monday morning, I got an email from someone claiming to be Natalie's lawyer, demanding I let her retrieve her belongings and threatening legal action for illegal eviction. I forwarded it to my buddy who's an actual lawyer. His response? LOL. This is from a Gmail account. No lawyer uses Gmail for official correspondence. Also, she was never a tenant. Tell them to pound sand. I replied professionally. As previously communicated, all belongings were made available for retrieval. No landlord-tenant relationship existed. Please do not contact me again. Tuesday brought new tactics. Natalie posted on social media. We'd unfollowed each other, but mutual friends kept me informed. Some people show their true colors when you ask for basic human respect. 3 years of building a life together, and he throws me out like trash because I wanted some privacy. Ladies, this is why you should never depend on a man. Currently homeless because I asked for space. My ex is a textbook narcissist. The comments were a mix of support and skepticism. Some mutual friends knew better. My buddy Tom commented, "Didn't you cheat on him with some guy named Derek?" Post deleted within an hour, but the real entitlement hadn't even peaked yet. Wednesday, I got home from work to find the building manager waiting. "Mr. Brooks, we had an incident today. A young woman tried to convince maintenance that she was locked out of your unit, said she lost her key, showed an old photo of you two together as proof she lived here. Let me guess, Natalie? She became aggressive when they wouldn't let her in. We had to call security. She's now banned from the property." I bought the building staff donuts the next day. Thursday was quiet, too quiet. I should have known she was planning something. Friday afternoon, I'm at work when my phone explodes. Texts, calls, emails from family, friends, co-workers. Natalie had sent a mass email from my contact list. How? Remember that portfolio website? Turns out she had access to my Google contacts through the shared computer. The email was a masterpiece of delusion. Dear friends and family of my name, I'm reaching out because I'm deeply concerned about his mental health. After 3 years together, he's had some kind of breakdown. He changed the locks while I was visiting my sick mother, threw out my belongings, and is now spreading lies about me. I've tried to get him help, but he refuses. He's become paranoid, claiming I've been unfaithful, completely untrue, and has cut me off from our shared life without warning. If you could please reach out to him and encourage him to seek professional help, I would be grateful. I'm currently staying with friends as I have nowhere else to go. With love and concern, Natalie. The sick mother part was especially rich. Her mom lived 20 minutes away and played tennis 3 times a week. My phone rang. My mom, "Honey, what's going on?" Natalie sent, "Mom, she cheated. I have proof." She screamed at me for asking about her phone password, said I was suffocating her, and left. I'm fine. She's trying to manipulate everyone. Oh, thank God. Your father said it sounded like bullcrap. Forward me those screenshots. I'll handle the family. My mom, the real MVP. I spent 2 hours sending the same reply to everyone. Natalie cheated and is now upset about facing consequences. I'm fine. She doesn't live here and never has. Please block her email. Most people got it. Some didn't. Whatever. But I wasn't done. See, Natalie had crossed a line with that mass email. Time to return the favor. Update 3. After the email stunt, I decided to stop playing defense. Saturday morning, I created a simple Google Doc. Title: The Truth About Nat last name and Derek last name. Contents: screenshots of her messages to Derek through her website, the printed emails I'd found, text exchange showing her admitting she knew Derek, timeline of her photography workshops matching Derek's Instagram posts from his apartment, her social media posts calling me a narcissist, with Tom's comment about Derek visible. I didn't add commentary, just facts, screenshots, dates. Then I shared it. Not publicly, I'm not that petty. Just replied to her mass email with, "Since Natalie chose to involve everyone in our personal business, here's the actual story. Make your own judgments." The fallout was immediate. Her mom called within an hour. "Is this real?" "Every word, Patricia. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. She told me you were controlling, that you monitored her phone." I asked why she changed her password. Once. That was my entire crime. Patricia hung up. Later heard from Tom that Natalie got an earful. Apparently, Patricia doesn't tolerate cheaters. Her ex-husband had cheated years ago. Sunday brought desperation. Natalie created a new Instagram account to message me. "Take down that document now. You're ruining my life." "You ruined your own life. I'm just documenting it." "Derek dumped me because of you." "Derek dumped you because you're a cheater who got caught." "I have nothing now. No home, no boyfriend, nothing. Sounds like you have all the space you wanted. I'll sue you for defamation. Truth is an absolute defense. Google it." She sent 23 more messages. I didn't read them. Monday was beautiful. Natalie's dad reached out. Richard had always been quiet during family dinners, letting Patricia do the talking. Not today. "Son, I want to apologize. Patricia showed me everything. We didn't raise her to act like this." "It's not your fault, Richard. We've been enabling her. Paying her credit cards, making excuses. That stops now. She's 28 years old, acting like a teenager." "What are you going to do?" "She's been living with us since you kicked her out. Told us you had a breakdown. We believed her. Now, she has 30 days to find a job and her own place." The justice was delicious. Tuesday through Thursday were quiet. I focused on work, hit the gym, caught up with friends I'd neglected while dating Natalie. Felt good. Free. Friday changed everything. I got home to find a note taped to my door, property management letterhead. "Mr. Brooks, a Miss Natalie last name attempted to access your unit today with what appeared to be a locksmith. Security intervened, police were called, full report attached. She is now officially trespassed from the property. Any further attempts will result in arrest." Management. The attached report was wild. She'd convinced some sketchy locksmith that she was locked out of her apartment. When security confronted them, she doubled down, claiming I was her abusive ex who illegally evicted her. Security called the police. Police asked for proof of residency. She couldn't provide any. No mail, no lease, nothing. Because she'd never officially lived there. The locksmith bolted. Natalie tried to talk her way out of it. When police ran her name, they found the trespass warning from last week. She got arrested. Actually arrested for criminal trespass. I found out the full story from Tom, who heard from Jess, who was apparently done with Natalie's drama. Natalie spent 6 hours in jail before her parents bailed her out. Richard refused to come. Patricia had to do it alone. The conditions of her release? Stay away from my building and have no contact with me. You'd think that would be the end. You'd be wrong. Final update. The extinction burst, as Reddit would call it, though I said I wouldn't use that term, it fits too perfectly, was spectacular. Week 3 started with Natalie trying to get her photography business off the ground. She created a Facebook page, Instagram business account, the works, posted constantly about new beginnings and rising from the ashes of toxic relationships. Problem? She had no equipment, no portfolio beyond those iPhone shots, and no actual clients. But she did have audacity. She messaged everyone on my friends list offering discounted photo sessions because she was rebuilding after financial abuse. Yeah, she actually claimed I financially abused her by let her live rent-free for 18 months. Most people ignored her. Some called her out. My coworker Shane was brutal. Didn't you cheat on him while he paid all your bills? That's not financial abuse. That's a free ride ending. She blocked him and made a post about toxic masculinity. By Thursday, her parents had enough. Richard called me. Ryan, I'm sorry to bother you, but has Natalie tried contacting you? Not directly. She's banned from my building and there's a no contact order. Good, keep it that way. We gave her an ultimatum, get a job or get out. She chose to get out. Where did she go? Derek took her back. Temporarily, he says. We'll see how long that lasts. It lasted exactly 4 days. Monday morning, Jess texted me. We'd maintained a weird friendship through all this. She'd realized Natalie had been lying to her too. OMG, Nat just showed up at my apartment with all her stuff. Derek kicked her out. What happened? She moved in Thursday. By Sunday, he was done. Apparently she demanded he add her to his lease, give her a credit card, and buy her a $3,000 camera. When he said no, she called him controlling. The irony. So she's with you now? Hell no. I told her I wasn't running a halfway house for cheaters. She's in a motel. The motel saga deserved its own post. Natalie, now truly desperate, started a GoFundMe. Help a domestic abuse survivor get back on her feet. Goal, $10,000. The description was a work of fiction. According to her, I'd isolated her from friends and family, controlled her finances, and thrown her out when she stood up for herself. She needed money for security deposit on an apartment, a car. Apparently I'd stolen hers. We never shared a car. Photography equipment for her business. Therapy for her trauma. She raised $127. Someone donated $100 with the comment for therapy. You need it. The other $27 came from her aunt who probably didn't read the description. When the GoFundMe flopped, she went nuclear. She created a TikTok. The video? Her crying in her motel room, claiming she was homeless because she asked for privacy in her relationship. It went semi-viral, 50K views, mostly people calling out the obvious lies in her story. Best comment, girl, you're not homeless from asking for privacy. You're homeless from asking for privacy while getting your back blown out by Derek. There's a difference. But the absolute peak entitlement came Wednesday night. My doorbell camera alerted me to movement. 11:47 p.m. There she was, Natalie, standing at my building's entrance, just standing there, staring at the door. Security was already on it, watching from inside. She didn't try to enter, just stood there for 20 minutes. Then she started talking, to the door. I know you can see me on your camera. I just want to talk. I made mistakes, okay? But 3 years, Ryan. 3 years should mean something. You were right, I was seeing Derek. But it didn't mean anything. You were always so stable. So boring. I needed excitement, but I see now that stable is good. I need stable. I'll delete everything. The posts, the GoFundMe, all of it. Just let me come home, please. It's cold out here and I'm tired of motel beds. I know you're listening. You always have those cameras recording. That's why I changed my password. I knew you'd find out about Derek if you saw my texts. But see, I was trying to protect you. I didn't want you to get hurt. The mental gymnastics were Olympic level. Security finally intervened. Ma'am, you need to leave. The police have been called. She ran. Actually ran in heels, stumbling down the street. The next morning, Patricia called. Her voice was tired. She showed up here at 3 a.m. Richard wouldn't let her in. She slept in her car in our driveway. I'm sorry you're dealing with this, Patricia. We enabled this for years, always making excuses, always bailing her out. Did you know she was fired from her last 3 jobs? We didn't tell anyone, just kept giving her money. What are you gonna do? Richard found a program. Like rehab, but for people who need to learn basic life skills. Budgeting, accountability, job training. It's in another state. We're giving her a choice, the program or complete cutoff. Think she'll go? She doesn't have anywhere else left. That was Thursday. Friday, I got one last message through LinkedIn of all places. I'm going away for a while. My parents are making me. I still think you overreacted, but whatever. I hope you're happy now. You won. Enjoy your stupid apartment and your boring life. Natalie. I didn't respond. Didn't need to. She was right about one thing. I won. Not the game she thought we were playing, but my life back. I kept the screenshots and documents, just in case. Changed all my passwords, upgraded my security system, and made sure she was blocked on everything. It's been quiet for 2 weeks now. Blissfully quiet. I come home to my apartment, just mine, no drama, no lies, no suffocation accusations. I can leave my phone anywhere without worry. My bank account is recovering nicely without a freeloader. Tom asked if I regret being so harsh. I told him the truth. My only regret is not seeing the red flags sooner. When someone tells you you're suffocating them for asking a simple question, believe them. Give them all the space they want. Sometimes the best revenge isn't elaborate. It's just stepping back and letting someone face the natural consequences of their choices. Natalie wanted space. She got an entire universe of it. Her parents sent me a Christmas card last week. Inside, Patricia wrote, she's in the program. Actually working. Still blames everyone else but baby steps. Thank you for finally holding her accountable. Maybe she'll grow up before she's 30. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, not my problem anymore. The apartment's never felt bigger. She said, I settled for you because I was getting old. Don't forget that. I replied, I won't. Then I made sure she'd never forget the day I unsettled her life by moving out while she was at her youth spa. Her returned key in the mailbox with no note. Original post. I-46 male overheard something 3 weeks ago that changed everything. Been with Rebecca 44 for 4 years, living together for 2. Thought we had something real, you know? Not perfect, but solid. She was on the phone with her sister Diane in our bedroom. Door slightly open. I'd come home early from work with a headache, was about to announce myself when I heard my name. Rebecca, look, I'm not saying I don't care about Grant. He's fine, stable, good enough. But he's not exactly what I dreamed of at 25, you know? Let's be real, I settled. I was 40, my options were drying up, and he was available and willing. My stomach dropped. Kept listening though. Masochistic, maybe. Does he know? God, no. He thinks he hit the jackpot, which honestly makes him easier to manage. He's grateful, does what I want, pays for most things. It works. That's cold, Becca. It's practical. I gave him my best years appearance-wise. The least he can do is make my 40s comfortable. Besides, someone like him should feel lucky to have someone like me. I stood there, frozen. 4 years. 4 years of thinking I'd found my person after my divorce. 4 years of her apparently viewing me as a convenient ATM with mediocre looks. Walked back out quietly. Sat in my car for an hour. When I finally went inside, she was all smiles. Rebecca, hey babe, you're home early. I was thinking we should try that new French place tonight. My treat. Her treat. With the credit card I pay off monthly. Me, sounds good. We went. She ordered the most expensive wine. Talked about wanting to redecorate the living room, my house. I nodded, smiled, paid the check when her card mysteriously declined. That night, she said something that sealed everything. We were getting ready for bed. She was doing her elaborate skincare routine, the $300 monthly subscription box I pay for. Grant, you know I love you, right? Me, sure. Good. Sometimes I worry you don't appreciate what you have. I mean, I could have married Richard. Richard, her ex who dumped her 5 years ago for a 28-year-old. Me, I appreciate you. Do you though? Because sometimes I feel like you forget that I settled for you because I was getting old. Don't forget that. There it was, mask completely off. I won't. Good. Oh, I booked that youth spa retreat next week. The full package. It's only $3,000 for 5 days. You don't mind, right? When do you leave? Tuesday morning, back Sunday. Me, perfect. She kissed my cheek. You're the best, even if you're not much to look at. Laughed like it was a joke. It wasn't. Update 1, the plan. Spent the next 3 days getting my ducks in a row. See, Rebecca had made some critical miscalculations. 1, the house, mine. Bought it before we met. 2, her car, also mine. Bought it for her last year, kept it in my name for insurance purposes. 3, all the utilities, subscriptions, streaming services. My accounts. 4, the credit cards she uses, authorized user status only. She'd moved in 2 years ago, contributing exactly $300 monthly for groceries, while I covered the $2,200 mortgage, all utilities, her car payment, insurance, everything. She worked part-time at a boutique, maybe bringing in $1,200 monthly, which she spent on clothes and treatments. Tuesday morning came. She left for her spa retreat at 7 a.m., kissing me goodbye. Try not to mess up the house while I'm gone. And remember, the cleaning lady comes Thursday. Have fun. I always do. Oh, and maybe work on yourself while I'm gone? The gym membership I got you is just sitting there unused. The gym membership that she got me. With my credit card. The moment her Uber turned the corner, I got to work. First call, moving company, emergency move, same day, cost a fortune but worth it. Second call, my lawyer buddy Tom. Tom, you sure about this? She literally told me she settled for me, to my face. Jesus, okay, legally you're clear. She's not on the deed, no formal rental agreement, you can ask her to leave anytime. Not asking, she's at a spa, coming back to reality. By noon I'd packed all my stuff, canceled her credit cards, authorized user privileges revoked, removed her from my car insurance, changed the Netflix password, petty but satisfying, transferred the utilities to the new owner. Yeah, I'd been planning to sell anyway. The house had been on the market quietly for 2 months. Cash offer came in last week. Perfect timing. Closing was expedited for Friday. Rebecca would still be gone. By 3 p.m., my stuff was in my new apartment across town. Nice place. Bachelor pad. View of the river. Then came the careful part. Packed all Rebecca's stuff. Every designer bag, every shoe, every skincare product. Professionally, carefully. Even wrapped the breakables. 23 boxes total. Stored them in a climate-controlled storage unit. First month paid. After that, her problem. Left the storage unit key and info on the kitchen counter with a simple note, your things. Unit paid through the 15th. Wednesday got a text from Rebecca, spa is amazing, getting a chemical peel, you should see these women, all desperate to look younger. Sad really, good thing I still look 35 naturally. Replied, enjoy. Thursday she called, Rebecca, my card got declined at the spa shop, can you check what's wrong? Me, might be a system issue, use your debit card. Fine, this is embarrassing though. Her debit card with her massive $400 checking account balance. Friday was closing day. Signed papers at 9 a.m. New owners taking possession Monday. Rebecca would return Sunday to nothing. But I wasn't done. See, her Instagram was full of posts about living my best life and blessed with luxury, and some women have it all. Photos of her in my house, with my car, at restaurants I paid for, creating this whole fantasy life. I didn't do anything petty like expose her, didn't need to. Reality would do that for me. Saturday morning she called again. Rebecca. Grant, something's wrong with all the cards. I'm trying to pay for my treatments and nothing's working. That's weird. Must be a bank thing. Can you wire me money? This is so embarrassing. I'm actually tied up, can't get to the bank. Are you serious? I'm at a luxury spa. These people know me. I'm sure they understand technical difficulties. She hung up. 20 minutes later, her sister Diane called. Grant, what's going on? Becca's freaking out. Banking issue, apparently. Can you help her out? Can't she use her own money? You know she doesn't. Doesn't what? Nothing. Never mind. Sunday morning, Rebecca's return day. I was already settled in my new place. Turned off my phone. Went to play golf with Tom. Update 2, the return. Turned my phone back on Sunday evening. 67 texts, 43 missed calls. Started reading from the beginning. Home, where are you? Grant? Why is there a storage unit key on the counter? Where is everything? What did you do? This isn't funny. Where is my stuff? The house is empty. Call me now. Then the calls started. Voicemail after voicemail, escalating from confusion to rage to panic. Finally, one text stood out. The locks don't work. Right? Because the new owners had already changed them after closing. They were moving in Monday but did a walk-through Sunday evening. 8 p.m., she called from Diane's phone. I answered. What did you do? Me, moved. You, moved? Without telling me? Where are my things? Storage unit. Keys on the counter. Oh wait, you can't get back in. The locks are changed. Some couple is here saying they own the house. They do. Closed on Friday. You sold our house? My house. I sold my house. Where am I supposed to live? Not my problem. You're a strong, independent woman who settled for me, remember? I'm sure you'll figure it out. You can't do this. We're together. We're, past tense. Over what? Because I went to a spa? No, because you told your sister you settled for me. Because you told me to my face that you settled. Because you've been using me as a wallet for 2 years. Silence. You heard that? Every word, including the part about me being grateful and easier to manage. I didn't mean... You meant every word, and that's fine, but I'm done being your retirement plan. Grant, please, let's talk about this. Me. Nothing to talk about. Your stuff's in storage, first month's paid. Your car? I'll be selling that since it's in my name. I'll mail you a check for your contributions, about $500 over 2 years. You can't take my car. Not your car. Never was. She started sobbing. Real tears this time, not the manipulative ones I'd seen before. Where am I supposed to go? Diane's couch seems available, or maybe Richard will take you back. Oh wait, he's married to that 28-year-old now, isn't he? In background, you're on speaker, asshole. Hi Diane. Your sister's all yours now. Good luck with that. Hung up. Update 3. The fallout Monday morning. The bombardment started. Rebecca tried everything. Created new numbers to text from. Had friends I didn't even know she had calling me. Even got her mom, Eleanor, involved. Eleanor, Grant, I don't understand what happened. Rebecca's devastated. Me, did she tell you what she said? She mentioned a misunderstanding. Me, she told me she settled for me because she was getting old. That I should be grateful. That I'm not much to look at, but at least I pay for things. Oh, Rebecca. I told her that attitude would bite her someday. Wait, what? She's always been like this. Thought she was too good for everyone. I'm sorry, Grant. You deserved better. Plot twist I didn't see coming, but Rebecca wasn't done. Tuesday, she showed up at my work, full makeup, wearing the dress I'd bought her for our anniversary, crying in the lobby. Security called up. I came down. Grant, please. I love you. Me, no, you don't. I do. I was being stupid talking to Diane. I didn't mean any of it. You literally told me to my face that you settled. I was testing you? I actually laughed. Testing me? By telling me you settled for me because you were getting old? Rebecca, I wanted to see if you'd fight for me. Me? Fight for someone who sees me as a wallet with a receding hairline? Pass. You're being cruel. No, I'm being honest. Something you might want to try. She switched tactics, grabbed my arm. I'm 44, Grant. Do you know what it's like out there for women my age? I'll be alone. Me. You were alone when you were with me. You just had someone paying your bills. That's not true. Name one thing you love about me that isn't related to what I can provide. She stood there, mouth opening and closing like a fish. You're kind? To your bank account, yeah? Security stepped forward. Sir, should we escort her out? I'm leaving. But this isn't over, Grant. You can't just throw away 4 years. You threw them away the moment you decided I was just a placeholder with a paycheck. Wednesday, the car situation exploded. I'd listed her car for sale. 2021 BMW 3 Series, low mileage, great condition. Price to move fast. Rebecca found out when she went to the parking garage of Diane's building and found it gone. I'd had it picked up Tuesday night, legally, since it was my property. The texts came fast and furious from Diane's number. You stole my car. I'm calling the police. That's theft. I need that car for work. I responded once. Car was registered to me. Loan in my name. insurance in my name, check being mailed for your $500 in payments. She actually did call the police. They called me. Sir, we have a Rebecca Thornton here claiming you stole her vehicle. I sold my vehicle, one registered solely to me. Office, she says she's been making payments. She contributed $500 over 2 years toward a $35,000 car. I'm mailing her a check for her contributions. Officer, I see. Was she living with you? We separated. She was never on any documents for the vehicle. Ma'am, there's no theft here. It's a civil matter at best. I heard her shrieking in the background before the officer hung up. Thursday, the social media campaign started. Rebecca went nuclear on Instagram and Facebook, posted this long, dramatic story about being abandoned and financially abused and left with nothing after giving my best years to someone. The comments were initially sympathetic. Then, someone, bless them, asked, "Didn't you post last month about how you were too good for most men and settling is sometimes necessary?" Screenshots started appearing. Old posts where she bragged about training her boyfriend. One where she said, "Smart women choose providers, not lovers." Another saying, "I may be 44, but I look 35 and deserve to be treated like 25. Her narrative crumbled fast. Then came the best part. Her ex Richard's wife, Melissa, the 28-year-old she'd mocked, commented, "Karma is beautiful. Maybe if you hadn't spent 3 years calling me a gold-digging child while you were literally living off Grant's money, people might have sympathy. At least I have my own career." The comment section exploded. Turns out, Rebecca had been nasty to a lot of women over the years, calling them gold diggers while living rent-free in my house. Update 4, the escalation Friday. Rebecca did something I didn't expect. She tried to claim common law marriage. Her new lawyer, apparently Diane's boyfriend's cousin, sent me a letter demanding half of everything based on our common law marriage status. One problem, our state doesn't recognize common law marriage. Tom called the lawyer directly. The conversation, as Tom related it, "Tom, you realize this state hasn't recognized common law marriage since 1996, right? Well, they live together. Living together doesn't create property rights without a written agreement. Your client was a guest in my client's home. She contributed to household expenses. $300 a month for groceries while living rent-free in a $400K house? That's not contribution, that's charity for my client. We'll see what a judge says." Sure, and when your client loses, she'll owe my client's legal fees, probably around $20. Does she have $20K? The lawyer dropped the case Monday. But Rebecca wasn't done. She showed up at my new apartment building Saturday night. Drunk. The doorman called me. "Doorman, Mr. Davidson, there's a woman here claiming to be your wife." I came down. Rebecca was a mess. Makeup smeared, hair disheveled, wearing pajamas and heels. "Rebecca, Grant, tell him I'm your girlfriend." "Me? Ex-girlfriend, and she needs to leave." "I have nowhere to go." "Still at Diane's?" "She kicked me out, said I was toxic." Her own sister. Wow, please, just one night? I'll sleep on the couch. "No, I'm 44 years old and homeless." "You're 44 with a job, a college degree, and presumably some savings from all those years of not paying rent. You're not homeless, you're just facing consequences." She slumped against the wall. "I don't have savings." "Where did your money go? You made at least $1,200 a month and paid for nothing. Clothes, treatments, the lifestyle I deserved. The lifestyle you couldn't afford. You could afford it. And now I'm choosing not to." The doorman stepped forward. "Ma'am, I need you to leave, or I'll call the police." She looked at me one last time. "You know what? You're right. You're not much to look at. You're boring, you have no style." I was settling. And yet, I'm the one with a home, a car, and dignity. Have a nice life, Rebecca. Update 5, the aftermath. It's been 3 weeks since that night at my apartment building. The car sold for $28. I mailed Rebecca a check for $500 as promised. She cashed it immediately. According to the grapevine, Tom's wife knows everyone. Rebecca's living situation has been interesting. Week 1, Diane took her back after the drunk incident, but with conditions. Rebecca had to get a full-time job and pay rent. Week 2, Rebecca got fired from the boutique for missing too many shifts during her spa week and subsequent meltdown period. Diane gave her an ultimatum. Find a job in 2 weeks, or get out. Week 3. Rebecca apparently reached out to Richard. You know, the ex who dumped her. His wife Melissa posted on Facebook. When the ex who called you a child bride gold digger asks your husband for a loan, the audacity is astronomical. Yesterday, I ran into Rebecca's mom Eleanor at the grocery store. Eleanor, Grant, how are you? Good, thanks. You? Oh, Rebecca's moved back home temporarily. Sorry to hear that. Don't be. She needed this wake-up call 20 years ago. I partly blame myself. Her father and I spoiled her. Always told her she was special, deserved the best, never made her work for anything. Me. Still, it must be hard. Eleanor, what's hard is watching your 44-year-old daughter throw a tantrum because we won't pay for her Botox. She actually said we were sabotaging her chances of finding another provider. Another provider, not partner, provider. We chatted a bit more. Eleanor mentioned Rebecca was applying for jobs but kept being insulted by the salaries offered. Eleanor, she turned down a manager position at Macy's because it only paid $45,000. I asked her what she thought she was worth with her 10-year-old marketing degree and sporadic retail experience. What did she say? That she was worth whatever a man was willing to pay for her appearance. I told her that ship had sailed and she better learn to swim. Brutal honesty from Mom. Last night, I got one final text from a number I didn't recognize. This is Rebecca. Using Mom's phone. I wanted you to know I started therapy. Not to get you back, but to figure out how I became this person. I'm sorry for what I said. You deserved better. I know that doesn't fix anything, but I wanted you to know. I didn't respond. There was nothing to say. Final update. It's been 2 months now since I moved out while Rebecca was at her youth spa. Life's different, quieter, cheaper, definitely. But also, lighter? Like I didn't realize how heavy the constant, subtle disrespect was until it was gone. I joined a cooking class, something Rebecca always mocked. Why learn when we can just order in? Met some cool people. Started playing poker with Tom and some guys from work every Thursday. Got back into woodworking, which Rebecca had called pedestrian. Even started dating a bit. Nothing serious yet. Had coffee with Angela for my cooking class. She insisted on paying for her own latte. Nearly forgot what that felt like. The Rebecca updates have slowed down, but I heard through Eleanor, who I still run into occasionally, that she's working full-time at a call center, $35K a year. Still living with her parents. Quit therapy after 3 sessions because the therapist didn't understand her worth. Tried to start a dating coach Instagram business called High Value Women. 12 followers, mostly bots. Her bio still says CEO, entrepreneur, lifestyle curator. The storage unit? She never picked up her stuff. It got auctioned last month for non-payment. I heard from the facility manager that it went for $200 to someone looking for designer bags to resell. 23 boxes of her essential belongings sold to a stranger for less than one of her facial treatments. The funniest part? Last week, Rebecca created a TikTok video about how to spot a narcissist. In it, she described someone who abandons you without warning and uses financial control as abuse and lacks empathy. The comments were not kind. Someone found her old Instagram posts and created a response video titled, "Woman Who Admitted to Settling Calls Ex-Narcissist for Not Accepting It." It has 100K views. But here's the thing, I'm not angry anymore. Not even bitter. Rebecca gave me an incredible gift, actually. She showed me exactly what I don't want in a partner. She taught me that being alone is infinitely better than being with someone who sees you as less than. Do I regret the 4 years? Sometimes. But mostly I'm grateful I heard that phone call. Grateful she was careless enough to say it out loud. Grateful she literally told me to my face that she settled. Because if she hadn't, I might have married her. Might have spent another 20 years being subtly belittled, financially drained, and emotionally diminished. Might have never known what it felt like to be genuinely valued. Instead, I'm 46, single, and actually happy. I've got my own place with a river view. My savings account is recovering nicely. I can watch whatever I want on TV without commentary about my basic taste. I can go to the gym or not without passive-aggressive comments about my dad bod. And the best part, when Angela laughed at my dumb joke over coffee, it was genuine. When she said she enjoyed talking to me, She meant it. When she texted asking for a second date, it wasn't followed by a Venmo request. Rebecca was right about one thing. She did settle for me, but not the way she thought. She settled for using someone instead of being with them. She settled for a transactional relationship instead of a real one. She settled for seeing herself as a prize to be won rather than a partner to grow with. And me? I unsettled, literally and figuratively. Packed up my life while she was injecting God knows what into her face, left her the storage key and nothing else. Let her come home to the reality she created, one where she was too good for the man paying her bills. The mailbox? Still there at the old house. New owners mentioned they got some mail for Rebecca last week. They marked it returned to sender, no longer at this address. Seems fitting. People ask if I feel bad about how it ended, about leaving her with nothing. But I didn't leave her with nothing. I left her with exactly what she brought to the relationship, herself. And if that feels like nothing to her, well, that's something she needs to work out in therapy. Or not. Not my problem anymore. Best $3,000 spa treatment I ever paid for. It gave me a 5-day window to reclaim my life. Money well spent. Edit, since some asked, yes, this is legal. She had no tenancy rights without a lease or consistent rent payments. The car was mine legally. No laws broken, just hearts and egos. Edit 2. To the people saying I should have talked to her first, I did. She literally told me to my face that she settled for me. When someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time. Edit 3. Rebecca found this post. Got a long email about defamation and emotional distress. Tom laughed for 5 straight minutes. Truth is an absolute defense, plus I never used her last name. Die mad about it. Becca. She declared, "You work too much, I'm lonely and you don't care." I replied, "I hear you." Then I took 2 months off and spent every single second with her. Her breakdown when she realized she actually preferred me at work. Original post: I, 38 male, have been married to Natalie, 35, for 7 years. I work as a project manager for a construction company. Long hours, decent pay, nothing glamorous, but it keeps us comfortable. She works part-time at a boutique, mostly for the social aspect since my income covers everything. For the past year, the complaints have been escalating. "You're never home. I'm so lonely. You care more about work than me. Other husbands actually spend time with their wives." I tried explaining that my 50 to 60-hour weeks were keeping us in our nice house, paying for her BMW lease, funding her monthly spa trips. But every explanation was met with, "I don't care about money, I care about you." 3 weeks ago, it came to a head. Saturday morning, I was catching up on emails before heading to the office for a few hours. She stood in the doorway, tears streaming. "You're gonna work? On a Saturday? Again? Just for a few hours, Nat. Big project deadline Monday." There's always a deadline, always an excuse. "I'm so lonely I could die and you wouldn't even notice because you're never here." That's not fair. I'm done. I can't live like this anymore. You work too much and you don't care about me at all. I need a husband who actually wants to spend time with me. She was sobbing, real ugly crying. And you know what? I felt guilty. Maybe I had been working too much. Maybe I was neglecting her. Marriage is about compromise, right? "You're right," I said, closing my laptop. "I hear you." You do? "Yes, you want me home more? You want my undivided attention? Done, I'll take time off." Her face lit up. "Really? You mean it?" "Absolutely. In fact, I have a bunch of saved vacation days and comp time. I'll take 2 months off. We'll spend every day together." She threw her arms around me. "Oh, baby. This is all I wanted, just you and me together." I hugged her back, already mentally calculating. I had about 6 weeks of accumulated PTO and could take the rest unpaid. We had enough savings. And honestly, maybe this would save our marriage. Monday morning, I walked into my boss's office. Update 1, week 1. The first week was actually nice. Slept in together, made breakfast, went for walks. Natalie was glowing, posted constantly about her amazing husband finally prioritizing what matters. But by Thursday, cracks started showing. "What do you want to do today?" I asked after breakfast. "I don't know. What do you want to do?" "Whatever you want, babe. I'm all yours." "Well, I usually have lunch with my mom on Thursdays." "Great. Let's go." "Both of us?" "Yeah. Unless you don't want me there?" No. Of course I want you there." The lunch was awkward. Natalie and her mom, Cheryl, usually spent these lunches gossiping about people I didn't know and complaining about their husbands. With me there, they couldn't do either. Friday, Natalie had her book club. "I'll come," I said enthusiastically. It's women only." "Oh, well, I'll drive you and wait in the car. We can get dinner after." She looked uncomfortable but agreed. I sat in the car for 2 hours playing phone games. When she came out, she seemed irritated. "Everything okay?" "Fine, just the girls were asking why you were in the parking lot. Made me look weird. I thought you wanted me around more." "I do, just maybe not everywhere." Saturday morning, she was getting ready for yoga. "I signed up for the class too," I announced. Her face fell. "You, what?" "Yeah, couples who yoga together stay together, right?" The yoga class was a disaster. I'm not flexible. At all. The instructor kept having to correct my form while Natalie turned red with embarrassment. Her yoga friends kept giggling. Sunday, she snapped. "I need to run to Target alone." But I thought, just give me an hour, please. She was gone for 3 hours. When she came back, she seemed calmer but distant. Update 2, Week 2 and 3. Week 2, I doubled down. She wanted attention? She got it. I followed her from room to room, chatting about everything. When she scrolled her phone, I looked over her shoulder. Who's that? What's she posting about? Oh, that's interesting. When she tried to read, I'd sit next to her. What chapter are you on? What's happening? Is it good? She started taking longer showers, with the door locked. You okay in there? I'd call out. Need anything? I'm fine. Her friends started declining lunch invitations when they heard I'd be coming. Her mom stopped calling as much. Her sister Tracy texted her, "Is Ryan okay? He seems clingy." Natalie showed me the text, furious. "Clingy? You're not clingy. You're being a devoted husband." Tracy's just jealous because Harold ignores her, but I could see it in her eyes. She was starting to crack. By week 3, she was getting creative with alone time. "I need to get my nails done." "I'll come. I could use a manicure." They're booked solid, only had one appointment." "I'll wait in the waiting area." "No, I mean, the waiting area is being renovated." She came back 2 hours later with undone nails, claimed they had to cancel last minute. She started having mysterious errands that required her to go alone. "Women things," she'd mutter, practically running out the door. I'd text her constantly while she was gone. "Miss you. What are you up to? When will you be home? Thinking of you." She'd respond with one-word answers. Sometimes she wouldn't respond at all. Update 3, Week 4. The breakdown begins. Monday of Week 4, I woke up to find Natalie already dressed and heading out. "Where are you going?" "Grocery shopping." "At 7 a.m. I'll come." "No." She practically screamed it, then softer. "No, baby. You sleep in, I'll be quick." She was gone 4 hours. Came back with one bag containing milk and bread. Tuesday she announced she was going back to work. "But you only work Wednesdays and Fridays." "Brittany needs extra help." I said I'd come in. "I'll hang out at the boutique. Keep you company." Her eye twitched. That's against store policy. Insurance reasons." Wednesday she worked her regular shift. I dropped her off, picked her up for lunch, dropped her back, picked her up after. Texted her every 30 minutes. Her boss called that evening. "Natalie, I'm sorry, but if your husband keeps texting and calling during work hours, it's becoming disruptive." Natalie was mortified. "He's just being attentive." But after the call, she went to the bedroom and I heard her crying. Thursday morning, she lost it. I was making breakfast, planning our day together. So I thought we could hit the farmer's market, then maybe that antique mall you like, then lunch at... Stop. I turned. She was standing there in her pajamas, shaking. "Stop. Just stop. I can't do this anymore." "Can't do what? I thought you wanted me home?" "I wanted you home more." "Not always. I wanted balance. I wanted date nights and weekends. Not this. This is literally what you asked for. I didn't mean every second of every day. I need space. I need to breathe. I need to pee without you asking if I'm okay through the door." "So you lied? You don't actually want me around?" "That's not... You're twisting this." "No, I'm giving you exactly what you demanded. You said you were lonely. You said I worked too much. You said you wanted my attention. Here I am." She burst into tears. "This isn't what I meant." "Then what did you mean?" "I don't know, not this. This is suffocating." Update 4, Week 5. The truth comes out after the Thursday breakdown. Natalie started being more honest. "I miss my alone time," she admitted Friday morning. You had plenty of alone time when I worked. Exactly, I miss that. So you were lying about being lonely? No, I was lonely, sometimes. But not all the time. I liked having the house to myself during the day. I liked my routines. The truth started spilling out. She liked being able to complain to her friends about her absent husband. It gave her something to talk about, made her feel like a martyr. She liked the freedom to shop without anyone questioning purchases. She liked watching her trashy reality shows without judgment. So you wanted the benefits of a married woman with the freedom of a single one? That's not, you're making it sound bad. It is bad, Natalie. Saturday, she tried to bargain. Maybe you could go back to work part-time? My job doesn't work like that. Then get a hobby. Join a gym, something. I thought you wanted us to spend time together? She screamed in frustration. Sunday, her mom came over for an intervention. Yeah, you read that right, an intervention. Ryan, Cheryl said, sitting on my couch like she owned it. Natalie tells me you've become obsessive. Obsessive. I'm giving her what she asked for. Nobody needs this much togetherness, Cheryl insisted. It's not healthy. But being gone 60 hours a week was? That's different. That was providing for your family. Interesting. So when I work to support us, I'm neglectful. When I stay home to be with my wife, I'm obsessive. Can't win, can I? Natalie started crying again. You're being mean. I'm being logical. Update 5, Week 6, the ultimatum. By week 6, Natalie was done pretending. I want you to go back to work, she announced Monday morning. Still have 2 weeks left of my time off. Please, I'm begging you. Why? Aren't you happy? You got everything you wanted. This isn't what I wanted. It's literally what you said you wanted. She tried a different approach Tuesday. Dressed in lingerie when I woke up. How about we make a deal? You go back to work, and we have amazing sex every night when you come home. We could have amazing sex now. I'm right here. She threw a pillow at me. Wednesday, she went nuclear. Posted on Facebook about how her husband had gone crazy and was stalking her around their own home. Her friends commented with concern. Some suggested therapy. One suggested divorce. I commented, stalking? I'm spending time with my wife like she asked. Here's the screenshot of your text from last month saying you'd leave me if I didn't stop working so much. She deleted the whole post within minutes. Thursday, she called my boss directly. Please, she begged him. Tell him you need him back. There's an emergency or something. My boss called me, confused. Ryan, your wife just called crying, begging me to make you come back. What's going on? Just giving her what she asked for, Jim. Well, whatever you're doing, stop it. She sounds unhinged. Friday morning, the ultimatum. Either you go back to work Monday or I'm leaving, she announced at breakfast. Leaving? Because I'm spending too much time with you? After you threatened to leave because I wasn't spending enough time with you? This is different. How? It just is. That's not an answer. She stood up, shaking with rage. I'm going to my mother's. When I come back Sunday night, you better be ready to return to work Monday. Or what? Or I'm filing for divorce. Update 6. The aftermath. She left Friday afternoon. I spent the weekend alone in our house for the first time in 6 weeks. It was peaceful, quiet. I actually relaxed, but I also did some thinking and some documenting. I went through our finances. In the past year, while complaining about being lonely, Natalie had spent $8,000 on online shopping, taken 4 girls' trips totaling $12,000, had her BMW serviced only when I was at work and charged several upgrades I didn't know about. Maintained a gym membership she never used, $180 a month. Had a subscription box addiction, $400 a month for various boxes, all while I was working 60-hour weeks to afford it. I also discovered some interesting texts on our shared tablet. Messages to her friend Veronica from 3 months ago. Ryan's working late again tonight. Perfect. Marcos has wine night. Thank God R has that conference next week. Need a break from pretending to miss him, lol. He bought the whole lonely wife thing. More guilt gifts incoming. Sunday night, she came home with a suitcase, ready for war. So, she demanded, are you going back to work? Yes, she exhaled in relief. Oh, thank God, baby, I knew you'd see reason. But not to the same job. What? I've accepted a remote position, work from home, standard 40-hour week, less money, but I'll be around more. Balance, like you wanted. Her face went white. Work from home? Yep, set up my office in the spare room. I'll be here every day. We can have lunch together. I can take breaks to spend time with you. It's perfect. But, you'll be here. All day, every day. Isn't that what you wanted? Me around more? She sank into a chair. This isn't... What? This isn't what? Use your words, Natalie. I wanted you to feel guilty. I wanted you to buy me things and take me on trips to make up for being gone. I wanted to be the poor, neglected wife whose friends felt sorry for her. I didn't want you actually here all the time. There it was. The truth. Finally. So this was all manipulation? She started crying. You're twisting everything. No, I'm seeing everything clearly for the first time. Final update. It's been a month since that conversation. The remote job starts next week. In the meantime, I went back to my old job to wrap things up. Natalie tried everything to get me to keep the old job. More lingerie, promises of never complaining again, threats of divorce, actually filing for divorce, withdrawing the divorce filing, crying to my family, crying to her family, posting cryptic messages on social media, deleting social media, begging. The divorce filing was interesting. Her lawyer laughed when she explained she wanted a divorce because I was around too much after previously being gone too much. He actually told her no judge would take that seriously. My favorite was when she tried to use my mom to convince me. Mom called, Ryan, Natalie says you're ruining your marriage by being home too much? That's the gist of it. After she complained for years about you working too much? Yep. And now you're taking a remote job to be home more? Correct. Mom laughed. Actually laughed. Good for you, son. She made her bed. Natalie's friend staged another intervention. This time for her. Just be happy he wants to be around you. Brittany, my husband barely looks at me. You literally complained for years about him being gone. Natalie's response? You don't understand. It's too much. He'll be here all the time. They left confused and unsympathetic. The best part? Natalie can't leave. She has no savings, shopping addiction, no credit, cards are maxed, no full-time job, and her family is tired of her drama. Her mom actually told her to grow up and appreciate what you have. So now we're in a weird standoff. She's miserable that I'll be home. I'm working remotely starting Monday. She's already planned to be out of the house from 9 to 5 every day. Where will you go? I asked. Anywhere but here. With what gas money? She realized her BMW payment is due, and she has no money. The credit cards are maxed. Her part-time job barely covers her personal expenses. You'll give me money, right? I'll cover household expenses and your car payment like always. But spending money? You'll have to earn that. You're financially abusing me. I'm giving you exactly what you asked for, my presence instead of my money. Isn't my company worth more than material things? She stomped off. Yesterday, she applied for full-time jobs. 5 retail positions. The karma of it all, she'll now be working 40+ hours while I'm home. This isn't fair, she wailed. It's literally what you created. I hate you. You hate the consequences of your own manipulation. The funniest part? Her friends are jealous. They keep commenting how lucky she is to have a husband who wants to be around her, who took time off for her, who changed jobs for her. She can't even complain anymore without looking ungrateful. Brittany, wow, Ryan's so devoted. Wish my husband would work from home. Veronica, you manifested this. You got what you asked for. Natalie forced a smile. Yes, so lucky. Last night she tried one more time. Please, just admit this was revenge. Revenge? I gave you exactly what you asked for. You know what you did. I loved you enough to listen and make changes. Sorry that backfired for you. She's sleeping in the guest room now, says she needs space. Ironic, right? My remote job starts Monday. Already got my office set up. I'm actually excited. Better work-life balance, less commute stress, and I'll be able to keep an eye on our finances better. Natalie starts her new full-time retail job Tuesday. She'll be making $15 an hour, on her feet all day, dealing with customers. Reality is gonna hit hard. The woman who complained about being lonely is now desperately trying to never be home. The woman who said money didn't matter is now scrambling to make minimum wage. The woman who wanted my attention now treats it like a prison sentence. Moral of the story? Be careful what you wish for. And definitely be careful about manipulating someone who's smart enough to give you exactly what you claim to want. Do I feel bad? Maybe a little. But mostly, I feel validated. She showed her true colors. She didn't want a husband. She wanted a wallet with guilty feelings. Now she's got a present husband with boundaries. Will we make it? Probably not. But at least now the truth is out there. She wanted the image of a neglected wife while living the life of a pampered princess. Now she's got neither. Thanks for reading Reddit. Gonna go make lunch for when my wife gets home from her job interview at Walmart.